Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a get ready with me. Let's try some new products out. I feel like it's been a while since I've made one of those, but I have accumulated quite a few stuff to test out with you guys. A lot of new makeup has come out, so that's what I'm gonna be using today. Some of them I have already used, so I can kind of give you guys a little mini review on that, and the others is gonna be like a first impression. I am actually going to an event tonight, so I'm really hoping everything works out on the face well, because that's gonna be a disaster if it doesn't. I think we should just get into it. I went ahead and applied my moisturizer already. This is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I picked this up from Sephora actually yesterday. I just was really intrigued by the packaging. It's so pretty, and it smells like watermelon Jolly Rancher, which, wow, it smells really good. It applied on the skin really nicely. It's like a very thin, watery, gel-like formula, and it absorbed pretty quickly. It leaves like a very slight tackiness on the skin. I feel like that's gonna be really nice under makeup, and I really didn't have like a daytime moisturizer, so I'm gonna be testing this out further and let you guys know what I think about it, but for now, it's not bad. For my primer, I'm gonna be using this one from Tatcha. It's called the Silk Canvas. I have given this a try a few times. I've kind of abused it just a little bit. It was an accident. It's kind of like a solid balm, but once you pick some up with your finger, I'm gonna use my nail. My hands are very clean, and I'm just gonna apply. You really don't need a lot. It says like a rice size, but I went a little bit more than a rice size. And then you just blend it into the skin, and oh my gosh, it actually feels so good. I really do like the way it feels on my skin. It's very soft, plump, and silky feeling. I do feel like it kind of like fills in the pores just a little bit, but I don't know, I like it, and I feel like it's been making my makeup look very smooth on my skin. I don't know if it's all the new foundations I've been trying or actually the primer underneath, but so far I really like this for the amount of times I've tried it. I am going to continue to wear it and try it out, but for the most part, I think I really like it. I recently made an online order from Sephora, and they had a little code to get a deluxe sample of the new Coverfx Power Play foundation, and they had like 4 shades. I picked the lightest one they had, which was N20. I know they have lighter shades in the actual foundation, but it looks like this, and honestly, I think the shade actually looks pretty good. I haven't tried this out yet. I've been so curious. It has amazing reviews on Sephora's website, so who knows? It's very daring to try a new foundation when you have somewhere to be tonight. Like I mentioned, this is in the shade N20. I don't really know how much I need. Kind of smells like Elmer's glue. That's weird. The color actually doesn't look too bad. We'll see what happens once I blend it out. I'm gonna blend it out with my LC sponge. This thing has such a big butt. And here we go. It looks way lighter blended out on my skin than I thought it was going to be just from the tube, and even applying a little to my skin. Like, this is very fair. It definitely doesn't look bad. It's not like the worst foundation shade. I could definitely warm it up with like bronzer powder and all that jazz. In terms of the coverage, it is kind of like a full medium at the moment with a sponge. I'm sure brushes give a lot more coverage. It doesn't dry down super fast. Like, there's a little bit of a tackiness, but it's definitely on the matte side. There's really no luminosity in my skin right now. I do like more hydrating products normally, but some foundations that are like a matte satin formula seem to work really nice with my skin sometimes too, so it honestly just depends on the foundation. This one says that it's a long wear pollution protectant, airbrush matte finish, weightless formula with medium to full buildable coverage. What I'm gonna do is take just a little bit more on like problem areas and just try to build it up on this side and see what happens first. I think it looks okay. I mean, it's really fair, I feel like. For the other side, I'm going to use a brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and I'm just going to directly apply the foundation on the brush and then to my face. It feels like so thick with the brush. I feel like you definitely have to blend this out really quickly because it starts drying down and getting like sticky. Not that it dries down dry, but it starts getting thick and sticky, and it's hard to like buff your brush around. Yeah, it's like, it's already so hard to move my brush around. That's so weird. I feel like when I'm going over some spots on my nose now, it's like taking the foundation off. So I'm gonna switch over to the sponge and just finish it off because I think I like it with the sponge better. I definitely don't think it looks too great on my skin at the moment. Like, I feel like it's enhancing my texture. It's already creasing in all the places where I would crease a little bit later in the day. But yeah, I'm really hoping that concealer and powder will help this situation and not make it worse because I want to look good tonight. For my concealer, I have the new Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer in the shade 1N. I have been so curious about this. I do love the Flawless Fusion foundation. So I did try this yesterday for the first time and I loved it. I freaking loved it. It wore so nicely throughout the whole day. The shade worked really nice for me. I ordered it online and I was like crossing my fingers that the shade worked out, and it definitely did. Really hoping it works nicely with the foundation and does not, I don't know, create some type of craziness on my face. I'm also gonna go over a few little pesky blemishes. My skin has been freaking out a lot lately. Again, I do not know why. I go through phases all the time. I'm gonna go back into my sponge and gently tap the concealer into my skin. My face feels so heavy and cakey right now. Concealer's on. I really do like the concealer, but this concealer and foundation are just battling it out at the moment and I'm not liking the way it's looking. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder because I'm creasing up so quickly. The face is set. It's super matte and super flat. I definitely need a little bit of hydration back into my skin. I'll probably set it after, but for my bronzer, I'm gonna take this right here from the Ofra Free Spirit palette. But like, look how pretty this palette is. First of all, you have like 2 highlighters, you have blushes, you have like a banana powder, you have this bronzer, everything. There's so much happening in here, but I do want to take this bronzer. It is a matte bronzer, which I really enjoy. I don't really like shimmery ones. So bronzer's on, we finally have some color back into this face, but it was definitely a little bit of a struggle to blend it out on top of this foundation because it is so dry and matte. I don't know why, but just things on top of this foundation are not working out very well. So I think it's like cursed the video. So I'm gonna go into blush. Fingers crossed, you know, this works out. But this is the Nars Wanted One Cheek Palette. I haven't tried this before. Look how beautiful those shades are. I'm gonna go into, I like this shade and this shade right here, so I think I might mix the two, and they are matte blushes, which I personally really like. Ooh, that's a really pretty color. It's like a perfect, natural, everyday, definitely a shade that I would wear. I just feel like nothing wants to stick onto my skin today. I think it is time that I move on to my happy place. Highlighter, because a highlighter fixes everything. Nars came out with a bunch of new highlighters as well, and these 2 colors spoke to me the most. This is Faute de France, which is a beautiful soft golden shade, and this one here is called Capri, which has a little bit more of a pinky light gold. I think I'm gonna go in with Faute de France first. I haven't tried these and I'm very excited. I love trying new highlighters. I'm gonna go into one of my favorite highlighting brushes. This is the BH Cosmetics 140. I think this is perfect. I can't stop using it. And I am just going to pick up some highlight. It's not a very powdery highlight. It seems very densely packed. Interesting. It's very soft, but definitely gives you a very glowy look. It's not chunky, there's no glitter flakes or anything. It kind of just gives your skin a very beautiful glow, which I really like. I'm not disappointed, but I was just like so confused because when you swatch it, barely anything goes off your finger because it's so densely packed, and I'm wondering if I need to scrape a layer off, or maybe that's just how the highlighter is. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side. I definitely feel like it goes on a little lighter and then you just build it up to the intensity that you want, but it doesn't look crusty, if that makes any sense. It looks really, really pretty. Look how nice that is. I like it. So I'm gonna take some on the tip of my nose as well. I'm trying to get the illusion that I have very dewy skin right now, because I don't. We have a new brow product from the Balm Cosmetics, and it's called the Furrowcious Brow Pencil. I have the shade Light Brown. They have a spoolie on the other side. They're one of those retractable kinds. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill my brows on real quick. Where's my little mirror? That's a cute little brow. I actually really like the color a lot. It looks very natural with my natural brow hairs. I'm into it. I'm taking a little bit of my Eyeshadow brow gel because I just really can't do my brows without this stuff, so yeah. I moved you guys a bit closer because I'm gonna do my eyes, but looking at my skin right now, it's honestly not too bad. It's definitely a lot more makeup-y and matte than I normally go for, but I have to say probably my biggest problem area is around my whole nose area. I feel like you can see my pores. It wants to like separate so badly. It's like really interesting, but the rest of my face looks pretty flawless from far away. I just personally like something a little bit a little bit more hydrating. For my eyes, I'm going to be using the new Urban Decay Backtalk palette, and when you open it up, there's this little mirror inside that comes out, and then you have eyeshadows on one side and you have blushes on the other side, which honestly, I love these tones so much. These blushes look beautiful, and I believe this one up here is a highlighter. Ooh, that is so pretty. Ooh, I should use that too. Interesting. But I really like the eyeshadows as well. Really pretty mauvey soft shades. So I'm gonna use this to create an eye look. It definitely has a lot of mixed reviews from people. Is it good? I'm starting off with the shade 3 Sheets, which is the lightest, and this is gonna go underneath my brow bone for the highlight. I'm also gonna bring that down on my lid just to kind of set my eyelids. I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called Backtalk. This is going to be our first transition color. It's a really soft, muted pastel mauve shade. I really like the idea behind this palette, like that monotone look, and they did the Naked Heat, which was a very warm palette, and now you have something that's like just really pretty mauve shades. So I don't know, it's very different, and I like that. I'm going to go into this shade called WTF. It's a really pretty soft matte brown. WTF. Interesting, Urban Decay. I feel like Urban Decay and Nars always have the most interesting names to their products. I'm also taking the shade WTF and I'm kind of smudging this on my lower lash line. So I just realized that I used up all the matte shades already and the rest are pretty shimmery. There isn't like a super deep dark brown or anything to like really deepen up the crease even more. This shade 180 right here is really pretty. I'm kind of contemplating putting this into my crease. I think it'll be okay. It's not too metallic. It's kind of like a satin shadow. So I'm going to take a very small amount of 180 and I'm just going to focus that on the outer part of my eye. I'm actually really pleased with that. It looks really, really pretty. I'm going to take a little bit of 180 underneath my bottom lash line as well. For my lids, I'm going to take this shade right here. It's called Curve. I don't even know how to explain that color, but it looks really pretty. I'm just going to pop that on my lid. Definitely a lot more subtle than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a little bit more metallic than this. It's a pretty color, but it didn't really wow me. I definitely really like the way the eyes came out. Everything blended beautifully. I would probably reach for this again if I wanted to create really soft everyday eyes like this. If you're into these tones, you will definitely love this palette, and I love the fact that it comes with blushes and a highlighter. Actually, there's 2 highlighters in here and 2 blushes. Look how beautiful those highlighters are. This blush is calling my name. One of my favorite blushes from Urban Decay is called Video, and I low-key think they're like discontinuing them because I don't see them in stores anymore, and it's like panicking me. But I really like this palette. I would definitely reach for this for blushes especially, and I would reach for it for eyeshadows again. So I don't think it's like something super special and amazing, but I personally love the tones in here. Like, I would use this again. Also, I can see myself traveling with this as well. Because I want a little bit more pizzazz on my lids, I'm going to go in with the new BH Cosmetics Diamond Dazzlers. These are loose foil pigments, and there's also the little base for it. So I believe you apply the base and then pack this on your lid for that sparkle. I haven't tried these out before, and I think they literally just came out if I'm not mistaken. So I think I'm going to go into the shade Radiant. So when I'm blending this out on the back of my hand without the base, it's actually really blinding and pigmented. I don't know, I'm thinking if I should just try it with my finger first and see how it does. I'm just gonna take it straight on my eyelids. Well, it definitely made a little bit of a mess on my cheek, and it's a little bit more chunky. Kind of added a little bit of sparkle, but I think we're definitely gonna go in with the base. I'm gonna take some of the base on my brush and gently tap it on my lid where I want the little powder. And I'm gonna take my brush with the foil and go over top. Oh, okay. I see. It is chunkier than I expected, but not bad. I'm just gonna go back in with my blending brush and just kind of zhuzh the edges a little bit. Definitely gives you a foiled look. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side, and I'll be right back. Both eyes are done. I definitely feel like they do have quite a bit of fallout, and then I did brush it away, and then it's kind of like some permanent sparkles that just want to stay there forever. But anyways, we're moving on, and I want to try out a new eyeliner. This is from Dose of Colors. This is their new Set the Tone Cream Matte Eye Colors, and I'm really excited about these. This is in the shade Laidback. It's just a really pretty soft, kind of purpley brown. I don't know how to explain this color, but it's really pretty, and I'm hoping that it pops out with this eye look. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this for my eyes. Ooh, I just want to like eat that. It looks like mousse, like chocolate mousse. It is very creamy. It's not stiff at all, so you want to be careful how much you're picking up. I suck at doing eyeliner on the camera, so I'm going to try my hardest, but it's probably going to be mostly off camera. I actually really like how easy this went on. It's definitely matte, which is beautiful. The shade is super pretty. I think it's very different sometimes to have like a wing that's not as dark. It's kind of like almost lighter than your crease shade, but I think it looks really pretty. I'm gonna finish off the eye look with some mascara, and I was gonna use this in today's video. This is the new Smashbox Super Fanned Out Mascara, but I did give this a try a few times, and it doesn't do much to my lashes at all. Like, it takes me forever just to get them to look like there's a little bit of something on them. So I don't know, it's like not my favorite mascara. So I'm gonna go into my Benefit Bad Gal Bang mascara. This has definitely been growing on me lately, so I'm gonna apply this and I'll be right back. So this is the finished eye look. I love how subtle it is and soft, but it also has like a little touch of glam to it. It's definitely a very Jess look. I wear looks like this all the time. I don't always like go super crazy. Even to events, I keep it pretty simple. For my lips, I've been really wanting to try out the BH Cosmetics and Itsmyrayeraye Lip Collection. They have a classic lipstick. They also have a lip gloss and a liquid lipstick. I think I'm gonna do the liquid lipstick with a touch of the gloss, maybe? Yeah, let's try it out. They smell really sweet, and I really do like the color of it. It's definitely a Jess shade. So this is a liquid lipstick. Love the color, so pretty, and it feels really, really good on the lips as well. But just for the heck of it, I'm gonna go into the gloss as well and just apply a little to the center of the lips, just for a little bit of juice. And here we have the final look, you guys. I think overall I'm pretty pleased with how the look came out. I think it's super pretty. I love the tones, the lips, the eyes, the highlighter. I think you guys know by now that the foundation was probably not my favorite product that I tried. Although it looks really pretty from far away, when I look up close, it's just around the nose and like the forehead is just a little bit of my issue. It looks a little too makeup-y, but my cheeks look super smooth. I don't know. I don't think I would purchase the full-size version of this foundation. I just don't see myself wanting to reach for it. It was pretty difficult to like blend out, and I think it looks a lot better now once I like set it, put the concealer, set my face with the spray. I think it looks a lot better, but a foundation shouldn't be that hard to work with. Since I'm going to an event pretty soon tonight, I'm gonna have to deal with this complexion. Hopefully it doesn't turn on me anymore and it looks good, but I will be wearing it for quite a while all throughout the night, so I will leave you guys a little note in the description on how it ended up wearing. We'll see. Who knows? Maybe it will get better as time goes. Some foundations do that. Oh, Jess. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, mesijesibeauty. I still have Snapchat, Jessie Jet. Feel free to follow me on there, although I'm posting way more on Instagram stories. I've been enjoying that a lot more, so you guys can follow me on Instagram, Makeup by Jessie, and check out my stories there. What else? And if you guys have not subscribed already to my channel, I would appreciate if you guys did so before you go, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!